EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of the Commanders. Who will represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl? We're about to find out as off we go in the NFC title game. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll motion over Metcalf. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Here's carry number 1 for Rachaad White. He will get this to the 35, a little short of the 1st down. Early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. In motion, Shakir. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Concern on that sideline here in this NFC Championship game. They send the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll run over center with White. And he'll get forward for a couple. Marist Liufau there on the stop. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll motion over Metcalf. Open man, left side. He's got it. 2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
He's into space. Pass. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. It's picked picked up by one of his teammates. It's a gain of 29, and it's first and goal.
So as you start operating your red zone offense, of course it goes without saying, Mike, you're trying to score touchdowns. But the worst case scenario is that you bring your field goal unit and you at least try for 3. You have to protect the ball. Turnovers are the cardinal sin of red zone offense. In this case, they dodge a little bit of a bullet here.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack. And we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
On the give, it's White. And they are all over that on defense. Good surge, drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10.
Viking 18. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
Let's go.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Here we go. Here we go.
Daniels to throw on second down. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington. On now, Cade York for the point after. His kick is good. And the Commanders come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The drive begins with a run by White. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Now, faking the give. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's taken in by Shakir. A gain there of 15. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jalen McMillan, what he was looking for there. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Now they'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. They couldn't connect. And that's how this first quarter. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Moody's kick is good. And the Buccaneers will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
70 Lions, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Go.
On play action, Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Track 60. Here we go.
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. He's got the 1st down and more than that. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll try to run this one in. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Now it's York for the PAT. He's got it. And the Commanders are on top. It's 14-10. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
Let's go now.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Metcalf, left side, he's got it. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Back to throw. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He'll find his running back, White. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. In motion, Shakir. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bucs are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Head to 60. Head to 60. Come on.
This drive will start on the ground. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll try to hit him with a screen. They were not fooled on defense. Saw the screen from the start. It'll be a loss of yardage on the play. 3rd down, 3 to go.
Let's go. Go.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's caught. Left side, it's complete. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Look wide, get this one complete, and they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Rocco leading.
2 minutes to play in a tight 1-point game in this first half. We'll return with more of the NFC Championship game after this.
On the ready. 79 Bronco. Let's go now. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. Got it. Ready?
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Cowboy 80. Set go.
They'll throw with Daniels. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense out.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Got to get this to the 25. Here's third down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Here's a designed run. Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. A little closer. Here's second and goal. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Touchdown, Washington. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
They'll throw here on third and short yardage. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards. Back to the air one more time. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target, and it'll lead to a second down. They'll look to throw yet again. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. The Buccaneers forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. He'll go right and find his running back. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This one from 49. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Buccaneers are back within 5.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. He'll keep it on the ground here again. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Commanders 41, Buccaneers 16.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both of these teams hoping to be the ones to lift the George Halas Trophy. Quarter number 3 of the NFC title game underway. Here's 1st and 10.
18 set, ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Check, go.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. A big play there for Washington. 31 yards.
Go.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll get about half what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. The motion man here is McLaurin. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Luke McCaffrey. Touchdown, Commanders. York now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Slot receiver headed right. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Washington. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. A throw right side is intercepted. Here Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
The first down pass. Intercepted. The Commanders take over first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Ready? Check smash. Check smash. Go.
Throwing is Daniels. He'll let one go down the middle. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Commanders. Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game. York, good on the extra point. And the Commanders are able to extend the lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Oh, what an unforced error at an untimely moment. Just tied the game, but then the kickoff out of bounds, and the ball comes out to the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
Now they'll set up to throw. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a give up the middle with White. He'll it forward for maybe a yard. Jordan McGee there on the stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll look to throw. Metcalf with the grab. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a 1st down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Let's go. Check out.
He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Back to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's taken in by Shakir. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
They'll motion over Metcalf. He'll look to throw. He'll let this go towards the end zone. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive. On 1st and 10, it's a handoff. Wait a minute, it's a reverse. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line.
Boy, they got the block to spring him, and it was a foot race. And when he gets in that foot race, Mike, he's normally good for this type of yardage before anyone's able to run him down.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal.
Go, Reed. Go. Go.
They'll go with him again. And he will score again. Touchdown, Washington. And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule, in fact, he did not get the football across the plane to the goal line. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Commanders. Saving his best for the playoffs. His 3rd touchdown of the game. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Oh, big hole left side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Washington. Now it's York for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Commander stretched things out even further. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll start this on the ground. And here's White. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He runs with it. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It is a big play for the Buccaneers. 31 yards.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Here we go, here we go.
They run with White, and a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go again with White, and he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll find his running back, White. He's got the first down, not by a whole lot. He only gets 3. That's all he needed for a new set of downs.
Go! Viking 18. 70 Timberwolf. Go!
He'll try the right side with White. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
One of the tight ends in motion right. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the Hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
19.
A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll stick with him again. Finds an alley to the 35. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll go with a counter on first down. The ball's out. The Bucs have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
They'll set up the screen to White. And he's taken down up past the 35.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Metcalf left side. He's got it. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. They'll look to throw again. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Here's a third down and 4. Now the Bucs will take their first time out.
On the ready. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll throw here on third and short yardage. That is into the hands of McMillan. And he will have a first down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face third and long. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up
Second and 11.
Go!
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And it's going to be a Commanders first down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
Go!
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
Ready up!
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Hawk 7, Hawk 7. Ready? Hey, smash
Now a give on the ground. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
Cup 19. Here we go, set.
Here's a run. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. York, good on the extra point. And the Commanders add on to their already sizable lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Pierce for the return. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. First and 10.
19 tight. 19.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And the Commanders are going to take over just shy of midfield.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
So it's a win here for the Commanders. As their fans will celebrate, they claim the George Halas Trophy, champions of the NFC. Next stop, the Super Bowl. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Commanders are winners as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.